you can have the world cheering for you, but if you don't have it in your heart to keep pushing, you're not going to.
Yeah. So we have a special guest with us today. He's a professional photographer. He's been married for 8 years.
Yes, sir.
He's got a son.
Yep.
And a new daughter on the way.
Oh yeah. The nerves are still there.
Yeah.
For the daughter, it's always a new experience.
Yeah, no doubt. And this is my nephew, Nathan Stroud.
Howdy, howdy. Happy to be here. Happy to be running with y'all.
We're glad to have you, Nate. So where'd you grow up at, Nate? Let's start with that.
That's a story and a half. So, born in Cincy, lived there for, well, you know, outside of Cincy, but Cincinnati, Ohio, for years. I mean, until I was probably middle school age. Then my parents moved down to Florida, up and left all the family and everything.
I remember visiting you guys down there a little bit. It was always a nice trip. Good morning, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Where was that?
So my parents moved. We've lived in St. Petersburg. We've lived in Tampa Bay. We've lived, I mean, even after that, I moved to Daytona Beach. I've lived in Kissimmee, which is by Orlando. I've pretty much lived most of Florida, it seems like, at this point.
Geez.
That's kind of like the childhood dream right there, living by the beach. So what was that like?
It's funny you say that, because everyone says I'm crazy because I moved back up here. And I don't like Florida.
Really?
Personally, the only reason I ever go down there is to visit my friends that I made when I lived there, and then visit my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different than up here for sure.
Well, I guess it's something like, you know, if you have something so great for so long, like the sun and all that, and that's very great. But you tend to not appreciate it.
Right.
Like this time of year right now, this is the
Florida
time you really
doesn't
appreciate it.
You don't want to go down
to Florida. Florida's having pretty fun right
See,
now.
I'd rather be right here.
Wow.
I love the seasons. I love the winter.
The seasons are nice. Fall's awesome.
Fall's great. Yeah. Well, that's one of the big draws is the fall weather.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like Florida doesn't have its good points. You know, the beach is nice. I like swimming, so I love the ocean. But like you said, you know, it gets old after a while when you have too much of a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things. But yeah, I think it was just it's a weird time too, because you know, you leave behind your family and all you have is your parents. You're leaving all your friends behind.
Yeah.
And you're going to a new place. So
What age did you move?
I was in, let's see, we moved down there and I was in 4th grade.
Okay.
Or something around there.
And then when you moved back up here,
Moved back up here when I moved back up here once we were kind of like in between once my parents got divorced. They came back up for a little bit. And my dad went back down when we were in high school. So I've been back and forth a couple times. So like my when I was in 8th grade, I was down there, but then we moved up here.
it's okay, pup.
So then, you know, after 8th grade, I stayed up here until I was like end of 8th grade, and then I moved back down. I think I went to like 4 different schools my 8th grade year.
Oh yeah, so like some in Florida. And
some in Florida, some up here. Wow. So yeah, I mean, you gotta learn to make friends quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like kind of going to be my next question. Like, how do you think that helped your personality? Like moving so much and.
I think it definitely pushed me out of my shell more. Made me be more of a morning. Made me be more of a social butterfly, which is really not my normal go-to personality. My wife will tell you, like, I mean, now I'm a very big extrovert, but I have my introvert tendencies. So I think that, you know, moving around, you have to kind of adapt.
Well, I've always known you to be pretty outgoing kid.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you did learn that early on.
Yeah, oh yeah, well, I mean, having my dad, who, if anyone knows him, which I'm sure you all do,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
Mr. Extrovert, the life of the party.
Yeah.
He, you know, being around him long enough, you learn to not be afraid to be yourself and speak your mind.
Well, sometimes I feel like for me, I talk too much and overtalk my kids. So I feel like I sometimes don't give them a chance
Right.
to communicate.
I understand that. Yeah, I'd say the same thing is fairly similar to my own dad. You know, he likes to get his opinions out there, and you know, he speaks for the group. And you know, when you're a kid, that's fine.
Yes.
When you start getting older, it is hard to be your own man, be your own person, really.
Yeah.
So it's kind of balancing that. You know, I think once I moved back up here, and kind of met my wife, met her in high school my senior year.
Yeah.
It really helped me kind of become my own person and my own man, kind of person I wanted to be.
Yeah. Now you went to Evansville, right? University.
Yeah, University of Evansville.
Now what'd you major in there?
Global business, and I got a minor in Japanese.
Yeah, the Japanese part that was really interesting to me. How quickly does it leave your like how difficult is it to maintain that without really speaking it on a regular basis?
I mean, like, it's pretty hard. I mean, it's a really hard language to learn in general. I guarantee I couldn't write half of it. I used to be able to. But it's just, I wanted a different cultural experience than what I've been exposed to. So Japan was just like, I've heard so much about it before. And so it was just one of those places I always wanted to visit. And it just made it natural.
Yeah.
I had it at the school. My wife already knew, you know, was learning it. So, I mean, she took it, I think 3 or 4 years in college or high school, plus what we took in college. So she was really a lot more fluent than I was.
Yeah.
And yet when we were there, it was like, I'm still the one having to talk because I was more extroverted than her.
Yeah.
So
How long did you spend over there?
I spent a whole semester.
Okay.
It was my, the last half of my junior year. So from the, basically like, I think we went over in like February
So
area.
it was essentially like a study abroad thing?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It was a great time. I mean, it was hard.
I'm sure.
Really hard, you know,
Were all your classes taught in Japanese?
Yes.
Shoot.
So, you know, the teacher, it depended on what your level was. Mine was like not a, you know, high enough proficiency where everything was in Japanese, but you're still in a place where everybody is speaking primarily
just going
Japanese.
to the grocery or going out to eat, you gotta speak it.
Yeah, so that was kind of a big hurdle, but I mean, I think that's just something that you kind of get used to. Like I've seen on your posts before, you know, you got to challenge yourself every day.
Oh, of course.
Got to get out of your comfort zone, and that's one thing my dad's always said too.
Yeah. I think that's where you grow.
Yeah.
That's where you grow for sure, and you grow fast.
Oh yeah, you have to.
The more uncomfortable you are, the quicker your growth.
Oh yeah, for sure.
As long as you continue on that path and don't quit.
Exactly.
You know, I mean,
well, it's easy. It's easy to quit.
Oh yes.
And that's kind of the road less mostly traveled, I should say.
Yeah.
You know, it's easier to say, well, I'll just run tomorrow. It'll be fine. I'm not going to lose that much. And and then you get to the next day. Well, I got this appointment. You know, I got to do this and I got to do that, and that's what's so hard about, you know, being, you know, how I feel. I mean, it's like I'm 30 years old. I got a kid on the way, and I got another one who's 4, and balancing that act of being a father, but also
it's not easy.
Yeah,
It's not
balancing also being a husband.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's understandable when people miss workouts and things like that. But at the same time, what is it that you try to do to keep it so you are maintaining your discipline and trying to get that in as much as possible?
I'd say the biggest number one thing for someone like me who's married, has a kid, or has kids, or even just as someone that's together with somebody, you gotta have understanding from your partner.
Yeah.
You gotta have someone that gets it. You know, Corinne, she's not a runner. She won't ever be. And I've accepted that, she knows that. But the thing is, she understands my passion for it. She understands that it's important to me. So she's gonna make sure she facilitates whatever I need within reason, obviously.
Right.
You know, you don't want a partner that's just gonna fold for you all the time.
Yeah, and I think when it comes into, like, you're into triathlons a lot now.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, that's very time consuming.
Oh yeah, I mean, you think about it, training is, you're training roughly 8 to 10, 15 hours a week.
Yeah.
That's a lot of training.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot of time where I'm not there and she has to handle Silas or, deal with me afterwards. I'm tired, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
We all know how that can be.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you want to relax a little bit, but at the same time, you have responsibilities.
Exactly.
So it does certainly add a whole nother layer of difficulty. And again, like you said, it's everyone. Everyone has something in their life that can not be an excuse or
Right.
something like that.
Yeah, anybody can say, I'll just do it tomorrow, or I'm not feeling it today. So they'll make an excuse and they'll work around it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to push yourself and you want to be the best you can be, you gotta push past that.
Yeah.
There's more than enough times where I'm exhausted and I'm tired after working out for 2 hours. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with this kid.
Right.
Let me just sell him.
Yeah. We'll cut that.
Next thing you know, you're searching places to sell them online.
Corinne starts saying, man, what's going on here?
Yeah.
This is our kid.
He's also a kid. He kids a lot. He's a
like
funny
us.
guy. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, it's the running that brings out the humor in me.
Yeah. When's your daughter gonna be born?
She's due in April. They keep changing the date because we've had a couple ultrasounds.
Okay.
But I think it's the 12th is the earliest day they're projecting. But I think they've also changed it to like the 14th. So it kind of just varies. But my wife will be she's planning on doing a C-section, so it'll be a week before that.
Yeah. So how are you gonna go into like raising a daughter? Because you have a son, so how are you gonna raise them differently?
Completely opposite of what I have right now. Now, it's gonna be honestly like resetting. I feel like, girls are so different than boys.
Yeah.
I mean, my biggest thing is I was there for Silas when he was a baby, and I'm gonna be there for him, be there for my baby girl.
Yeah.
So that's a big important thing to me, is just being there, no matter what she needs, and being a supportive partner. I think that, a lot of dads miss that nowadays.
Oh yeah.
It's all right, my part's done, I have the kid, time to go make money.
Yeah.
I'm in a position where, my wife does work from home, so she's home all the time. That doesn't necessarily mean I need to be out, doing whatever. So, I've adjusted my work schedule to, we're trying to work my schedule around to where I can accommodate her help and her needs. So
I think also what parents forget is, because I am a parent and I forget it, and most of the things I say is because I live it.
right.
But what I forget sometimes is the time that you spend with that child and how much they mimic you. The things you do, the examples you set, they follow that. They see it. You have to, is that something that, it sounds like that's something that you think about daily.
Oh yeah. I mean, given the fact that I grew up the way I grew up, everyone carries their own burdens and their own thoughts about their childhood, whether you think about it often or not. I don't think I had a bad childhood, but on the same vein, I think that there's things I would do differently, and not to blame my parents or blame my dad. It's just a simple fact of the matter is no one's perfect, and you got to live and learn and evolve. And for me, I want my child to have a different life than what I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you gonna try to stay in the same hometown?
Yeah. I want to stay right where I'm at right now. I don't want to move around. I want my son and daughter both to have, lifetime friends and not to say I don't have lifetime friends. I don't want them to have to adapt.
Well, and that's
that
a tough one too, Nate, because, we think you're a great guy. So it's like, how can you argue? How can you argue your position of we want to stay in this one hometown?
Right.
Whereas it's like, I turned out great, you think, and you did. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think given the circumstances, I personally believe most people under the kind of childhood I was raised wouldn't have turned out this way. I don't know if it's just resilience, my running mind or what, I don't know. But, you know, there's so many different paths that anyone could have taken.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, some kids might love that their parents aren't around as much.
Yeah.
But because my parents weren't around as much, I had more opportunity to do various things, you know, and push myself. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to say one way's right, one way's wrong,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, because I also know your brother and your sister.
Yeah.
Who you have? Tell the folks how many you.
I got one brother and one sister, older brother, younger sister.
Right. And they seem to have turned out pretty good too.
I mean, not as good as me, but that's for you guys.
That's right. Yeah.
But I mean, we all have our vices, we all have our struggles.
Yeah.
You know, and no matter what, if you put two kids in the same situation, they're going to change and adapt differently.
Right.
I think being a positive guy, especially in today's world, is so important because everyone's got a freaking negative attitude.
Oh yeah.
There's a
about
lot of
everything.
that. Sure. There's a lot of that out there. And we all have negativity. I have negativity
Yeah.
at times.
Oh yeah.
It's work to not let that infect you.
And you
have
could
to
change
actively try.
someone's whole life by being positive,
Absolutely.
saying something positive. Like you could save someone's life.
Oh, I agree with that.
That's awesome.
It doesn't cost anything to be nice to
Yeah.
people.
And it's definitely something that you have to think about
Yes.
daily, really, hourly, minute by minute. You know, don't bring myself down. First of all, you got to bring yourself up.
Yep.
You can't be a positive person to everybody else if you're just negative yourself, right?
Right.
That is what I try to inject into these guys.
Well, I think that's a good mentality, you know, and that's the thing. Whether they accept or reject, that's on them.
Right.
You know, there's only so much you can control as a parent.
Now, I did want. What made you get into photography?
So when I was in Iceland for my 1-year anniversary, we brought like a little camera or whatever, and I mean, obviously, being there is just a whole other world of experience. It's so beautiful naturally. So I think that
Yeah.
is what a big driving force for me was. You know, I told my wife that was something I was interested in, and at the time I was still working, you know, my 9-to-5 type job, and I wasn't going anywhere. I wanted a way out. I knew it was only a matter of time till I needed to figure something else out.
Right.
And so that was just something, you know, it kind of worked. She does graphic design, she does photo editing, and she loves that. She loves that. So it kind of just worked hand in hand.
Yeah. How scary was it though when you made that move?
I mean, buying that first camera for, you know, $1,000 when you're living close to paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
You know, at that time we didn't have Silas on the way yet or anything, but you know, we were thinking about it. We had a house, you know, at 20-something years old.
Right. It's a lot.
Most people don't think, you know, about the future. They're thinking day to day.
Right.
I wanted to. No, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say they do think about that, and that's what's difficult. That's the scary part.
Yep.
But have you discovered that once you get past that scary initial jump off the cliff, so to speak?
Yeah. I mean, there's always something new. Whether
Right.
you're photographing a family of 8, there's always new challenges. There's always that sick feeling in your stomach, like, man, if I deliver something and they don't like it,
Right.
that's gonna be rough.
Right. That's right. That's a huge responsibility.
Yeah, and I mean, now our services have changed so much to where we're a little bit more higher end, and we're offering products because we stand by what we're offering, the photos we're giving.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not like you can't find someone cheaper, but it's recognizing your own value
Right.
and realizing that you are worth it. Knowing what your worth is, I think, is a big part of it.
Morning.
Yeah. That's.
But yeah, to answer your question, yes, there's always that sick feeling. No matter how many photo shoots I've done, I always get something.
Yeah.
But I'm the cool, level-headed guy, so usually my wife's the one that gets to worry.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and even being that's kind of supposed to be my role, I think.
Right.
Is the one that's supposed to be taking the risk and not being scared.
Yeah.
But that's not always the case.
Right. You got to hide it to some degree.
Right. I mean, you got to not give it the energy.
Yes.
And it's hard. It's very difficult.
Morning.
Oh, it's extremely difficult when you look at it and all the odds against you. You know, that's a field where anybody can buy a camera. Pretty much anyone can learn how to shoot a camera. You know, cameras now are so advanced. You know, there's a lot to learn, but anyone can look it up online.
Right.
You can learn pretty quick. I was self-taught.
But
I didn't take any classes.
But there's a passion behind that
Right.
too. That keeps you going every day.
Yeah, I mean, that's something you can't teach anybody. You know, it's the drive, and it's the same with running. You got to have that drive and that desire. You know, anyone can put on a pair of shoes and run a mile. Not anyone can run a, fast mile.
Right, yeah.
Not anyone can run 10.
Right. Well, what makes you continue exercising every day? What is it that you think about running and that sort of thing, exercising, biking? What is it that gets you up?
I'd say it's a mixture of factors, really. You know, I think now I think a lot about my health. You know, I got a kid and I got another kid coming. I don't want to miss those days where, you know, he's getting married or she's getting married. I don't want to miss that because I'm ill or, you know, and I don't ever want to be the parent that says, no, you can't. I want to be the parent that pushes my kid.
Yeah.
Says, yes, you can.
When they look at you and you're however old.
Yeah.
And they're like, dang, Dad's still getting it done.
I want to lead by example for my kids. And I want to be able to them to look at me and think, man, that's crazy. When everyone else is fat and old, you're still kicking it. Not fast.
Right.
Definitely not fast. But we're still out here doing it.
Well, and I think that's what a lot of people get caught up in. They're like, I can't do that. I can't do that because I'm not good at it.
Right.
Or I'm there. It scares
That's the fear. That's the fear in their mind, pushing them and telling them it's too hard. You can't do it. And I honestly believe a big part of that is running. If you can get through, because running, to me, 90% mental. If you can push yourself that extra mile, that extra few steps, it changes something in your chemistry.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying go be an ultra marathoner, you know, but go out and push your limits a little bit. Exercise and whatever you want.
Well, you're never going to be an ultra marathoner until you take that first step.
Exactly.
So that shouldn't even be on your radar.
Right.
For anybody.
My buddy, the reason we started getting back into racing, he said to me, I want to do an Ironman. I said, let's start small.
Yeah.
Let's go with the sprint.
Like, whoa, killer. Slow down.
This year he was never able to swim, like an actual pool swim. He learned. We've done a full sprint already, working our way up to an Olympic next year, and then hopefully the half.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he was a biker. You know, he's biked before, but running was his first year running too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so happy that he wanted to do that, and I'm a part of that for him. You know, that's awesome.
Yeah. Makes you feel good for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I've had experience. You know, when I was 13, 14, my dad had me running races, triathlons. So I had experience with it. So, and to share that passion with somebody else, that's a great feeling.
Well, and now you have a partner to run with sometimes too, right?
He lives in Evansville.
He lives in Evansville, okay.
But we kind of run together in some aspect, you know.
Yeah.
We compare our stats and everything, so.
Well, and I think we live about 30 minutes apart, don't we?
Yeah.
So we're not going to run every day together.
Right.
But you're always welcome to join us on a run, even if we have another guest.
Well,
you can be a rolling audience with us.
There we go. I'll see what I can do. I'd be happy to do that.
We need a laugh track.
Yeah, we need somebody to have a good time and laugh for us.
Someone that has a good loud laugh.
Yeah. I know you're ramping up the distance on your triathlons. Have you noticed, like, in your mind, there's kind of a line that it's good for you, it's good for you, it's good for you. Then it's like,
oh,
I don't know if this physically is great for me.
you hit that peak. I mean, that really a great instance was that Olympic. I mean, I was training all summer, spring, summer. The race was in the fall, and I was training really hard for it. I went out, I was one of the top finishers in the water. You know, a 30-year-old man,
Yeah.
you know, that should be pretty good. I mean,
You're a really good swimmer.
I'm a
for
good
sure,
swimmer.
yeah.
So I felt great going out of the water. I knew my bike was my weak point. I hit great on the bike. I got passed by a handful of people. I was still top 8 overall.
Yeah.
So that felt great. And then the run hit, and I bottomed out.
Yeah.
You know, I never have hit that wall before. In training, I always just keep going.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, carbs, you know, there's a science behind all of it. And I think I wasn't fully prepared, you know, fuel-wise. And that's, you know, that's something I had to kind of learn and teach myself a little bit. And I'm still learning.
But you probably learned a lot from hitting
Oh,
that.
Right, from bunking.
When I finished that race, I thought, oh my God, how did I do that?
Yeah.
And then, you know, 10 minutes later, I'm like, when's the next one?
Do you think
Squeeze
that's
up there.
something you have to pace yourself on the things you're good at, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
swim and the
For sure.
bike? Yeah.
Well, it's just like, yeah, like we
Save it
said,
for the run.
with a race, you know, with running. with running, you have to kind of learn to pace yourself, you know, in a race. You can't go out at a sub 6, you know, for your first few miles.
Hey, we've been there before.
Biker coming.
Not good.
On your left.
Biker here.
Two of them.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a huge part is with anything is learning to pace yourself. I mean, a lot of my training that I did brick workouts, you know, bike to run,
Yeah.
but I never did. No one ever trains a swim to a bike.
Oh no.
You know, I mean, I knew what it felt like. I knew what it would feel like. But coming up out of that water, feeling of nobody in front of me or a handful of people that are, you know, elite level,
Yeah.
that feeling was great.
Freaking motivating.
It is crazy high.
But then when you're getting passed by
But then
people,
when you're getting passed by a 50-year-old dude
Oh, that
who
sucks.
literally his calves are busting out of his pants. Thinking that guy's definitely a triathlete.
Yeah, that's.
but it can do
Experience
the
is a sucky
opposite
feeling.
to you. It can maybe even the motivation you got from no one being in front of you, it was great.
Yeah,
But people passing you,
that burns you up more.
Yeah.
You're like, you gotta push.
And then you have thoughts of quitting. They run through your head. You're like, am I really meant for this?
Oh, yeah, every day. You know, when you're out there for biking for 2 hours on an indoor trainer and your little fan ain't pushing enough air, that sucks.
So how do you deal with those negative thoughts when they come creeping in?
I just think to myself, what's it for?
Yeah.
Push the why. You know,
Remember why you started.
why am I doing this? I got my wife sitting in front of me watching a movie while I'm sweating my butt off biking. I want to be the man that she deserves. I want to be the husband that she needs. I want to be the father that my children need from me.
That's good.
That's a big
Yeah, I
motivator for
like
me.
that. I think that's definitely the only thing that you can do, because all the motivation's kind of BS. You got to have that drive.
Right.
And as soon as the suffering begins, that motivation disappears very quickly.
Oh, I know it. You could have the world cheering for you, but if you don't have it in your heart to keep pushing, you're not
It's
going
over.
to.
Yeah.
how important are the races to you? Do you think you could just train without having a race in the horizon?
You know, I thought about that because I thought about cutting back on the racing, you know, just for sake of my wife and my kids.
And the cost, it's expensive too. isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's travel. You know, if I go by myself, it's cheaper than if I bring the family. The races are never really close. You know, you don't have a Harrison triathlon team.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
all right, yeah.
That's right.
Could be us.
There we go. You guys cover the running. I'll get on the bike and the swim. Actually, I'll just do the swim.
Can we do a relay thing?
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
I'll pass it off. I'll go as fast as I can in the water. I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've thought about cutting back the races. The thing is the races for me are the ultimate challenge.
Yeah.
It's a challenge for myself. Yeah, it feels great getting, top 5% of finishers. That's awesome feeling. Getting the medal at the end, that's cool. That's a memory that I might keep, might not. What it is for me is I can look back and say, I did that and I did that fast.
Yeah.
Or man, I need to work on this. I need to work on my fueling for next time.
It exposes your weaknesses, and that's where you grow.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. If you're not challenging yourself and giving yourself a goal, it's easy to get stagnant and it's easy to, stop growing. That's what I say. If you're not growing, you're dying.
And I think that's what comes back to fear too. Many of us are afraid that we're going to have our weaknesses exposed.
Right. Yeah.
And that's why we don't step out and do those challenges. That's why we don't chase our dreams.
Well, it's the same with like today. I knew you guys were running 8. It's been a little bit. It's been 2 weeks since I've ran a long run. I thought, it's pushing my body. I know I can handle it. Should I back out, try a different day? I told myself no. I'm gonna prep right, make sure my body's ready, listen to my body, and if I can do it, which I know I can, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
We just passed 5.
Yeah. Then it's
3 more. That's a 5K.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm ready to start running.
But I think that's the other thing when you have a team, right? When you have a team, you don't want to let them down as much as you don't want to let yourself down.
That's why I've built my support. My wife's there. She doesn't do it hand to hand with me, but my God, when I'm out doing a 2-hour bike ride, I know she's taking care of Silas. She's handling things at home.
Right.
I know I have someone I can lean on there. I have a training buddy who's keeping me accountable, asking me what I did today, what I did this week. So that's a big thing, is building your network. It's not necessarily saying go find a running club and stick with them.
Right.
It might be something as simple as, hey, Grandma's really good at making cookies.
Yeah.
That's my motivation for running today.
That's right.
Let's
She's
run
got
to
him at
Grandma's.
the finish line.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, we love eating. We talk about that a lot.
That's the real reason we all run. You burn so many calories, you get to eat as much as you want.
What's your favorite restaurant around here?
Market Street's really good, but I think Penn Station.
Yeah, I love Penn Station.
Oh, their chicken teriyaki.
Yeah, that's what I get.
Sam's order.
That's what I get.
I get a little mayo on it. I highly recommend it.
Sam
I
loves
love
the mayo.
mayonnaise.
Yes. See, we were always alike, Sam.
You get the mushrooms and onions sauté?
Sometimes it depends if I know I'm going to take it to go. If I get it to go, the mushrooms and onions don't heat up just quite right.
Okay.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it reheat. It tastes a little.
Tastes a little
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
We always seem to sit down. Sometimes we take it to go, but
It always depends,
it's usually me and Hank.
After this, I'll probably grab something to eat.
Yeah.
Got to, you got to fuel
Oh,
properly.
yeah.
But, I like spending time at home with Corinne and Silas. So we always usually like to take it to go.
Yeah.
Make our own memories at home.
So, are you a big fan of Skyline?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because I know you were away for a while. I bet that was
That was hard.
fun. Yeah.
No one really knows how hard it is until you're not around it.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Skylines down in Florida?
I don't think I have any.
They have several.
I guess they
Oh,
have.
yeah.
They might have a few now.
Yeah.
It can't be the same.
It might be.
Yeah.
I also love Chipotle.
Yeah.
That's
Chipotle's
great.
good.
Great for the carbs morning.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a decent meal too. Like a lot of places, it's just so bad for
Right.
you. Like every restaurant around, it just seems like even Penn Station and Skyline, it's probably not the best.
No.
But Chipotle still seems
Like it's fairly healthy.
Yeah, like the chicken and rice, you can never go wrong with some chicken
Oh
and
yeah.
rice.
I like black beans and rice. Oh, there's a little chicken.
Yeah,
I get everything on it, but
yeah.
I always love that as a standalone meal.
Are you a spice guy?
I can't handle heat.
I know, me too.
I'm like a mild at best.
Yeah, that's how I am.
Spice to me, I don't think it really has a flavor. It's just hot,
Yeah, it kind of kills the flavor.
Yeah, because your tongue's numb.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know if you guys have had a hothead before.
Yes.
We got one in
Yeah.
Batesville. I wasn't big on it at first, but then I started getting a couple more sauce options, and it's really changed my mind. I think their food is pretty good too.
Another one, what do we eat when we go to Spark? Qdoba.
That's the same way though.
Yeah. The
you
more
gotta get a bunch
sausage,
of
the more
sauce.
sausage you add,
It's like
the
it's
better
not
it
as
is.
well.
It's not
It's
seasoned
probably
like
not as good
standalone.
as Chipotle.
Yeah.
That's why you got to get more sauce.
Exactly. Like the rice itself is bland. Like at least with Chipotle's
Yeah.
rice,
Yeah.
you could eat it plain and it'd be good.
What do they put in there? Like some lime
I think
juice?
it's cilantro too.
Yeah. Or the chips are really good too. I think that's lime, right?
Oh,
They put that good salt on there.
oh the hint of lime.
That's so good. Oh, I gotta go there today. This is gonna turn into a food podcast.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, oh, I'm getting hungry.
Years.
Yeah.
Nate, you do more than just photography right now, right?
I sure do.
Work-wise.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, right now it's the down season because I do snow removal, but as you can tell.
Oh, okay. You do that with your
Well, yeah,
father-in-law.
in the winter, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the lawn care business is, you know, landscape, lawn care, and also snow removal in the winter. And actually, he is passing that business off to me beginning of this next year. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah, January 1st.
That's a lot of work.
Well, we got about 20-something customers, and it's really, for him and I, it was about, we could do them all in a day.
Okay.
But, you know, for an easy 2 days. So I think I'm not going to be as fast without him, obviously, because I was doing a lot of the trimming and he was doing the cutting.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, if I stretch it to 3 days, I'm still looking at an easy day,
Yeah.
easy few days. But yeah, it's, you know, it's something that gets me some money, and it's something that's my own.
Yeah.
You know,
It gets you out.
gets me out and out of trouble usually.
Do you feel like, well, I know for me, okay, that if I don't finish the day doing something manual labor-wise,
Yeah.
I feel like
You haven't accomplished
I
anything.
haven't accomplished much. Do you feel that similar feeling, and why would you?
Right. Well, my wife will tell you the same thing. When I'm not working, I kind of turn into a bit of a meanie.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I think it is something about just getting moving, because that's the thing. In the winter, you get sedentary. You sit around, you eat food, you don't really do much. It's cold outside. So really, these are the times where you push yourself and better yourself. You know, yeah, it's hard as heck to run in the summer when it's hot as crap,
Right.
but it's also equally as hard when your lungs feel like you got icicles in them.
Right.
So, you know, I'm the same way. It's, if I'm not doing something, which I don't always push myself to do something, you know, part of my,
Yeah, black squirrel.
yeah, I've never seen one of those.
That's cool.
You're pretty neat.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen one.
Nature is very
That
cool.
is awesome. Wow.
It's kind of like an albino squirrel.
Yeah, it's
just
like
the
a reverse
opposite.
albino.
Only better.
Only better. But yeah, to continue your point there, yeah, I think moving around, I find more personal, not really enjoyment. I mean, it is enjoyment to a degree, but fulfillment, I should say,
Yeah.
from physically doing something. I mean, I got a degree, you know.
Yeah.
I could be pushing paper, having a desk job. I did, you know, to some degree do that.
Yeah. Didn't you work in a pharmacy or something?
I worked at, I was a store manager in training. I was actually about to take over a store.
That was right out of college, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I would have been I would have been the youngest store manager in the district, but I decided for my own self,
Right.
I wasn't getting the same fulfillment that I wanted out of life.
Yeah. You have to do what makes you happy.
And people say that, but until you really go out there and push yourself, you don't know. You don't know what that is.
Well, I think that is definitely a common theme that people say, but most of us, we let the fear stop us from
Yes.
really, truly living the life that we dream of. Mm-hmm. And
That's a great killer right there. Fear is the number one killer for small businesses, for individual health, for anything. If you're too afraid to get up in the morning, you're gonna have a hard life.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, life's gonna keep throwing things at you. No matter what you feel like today, you might make, but the thing is, what you can change is your mental attitude and how you handle it. If you get up out of bed and say, this is gonna be a bad day, I guarantee it won't be a good day.
that's right.
But you know, and I'm not saying if you get up in the morning and you say, it's gonna be a great day. I'm not saying it'll be a great day. but it'll be sure of a heck of a lot better.
Your odds are better, right? Yeah,
Your odds are better.
definitely better of having a great day when you believe it. You have to believe it.
Oh yeah.
If you had one piece of advice to give your younger self, Nate, what would it be?
Know your worth, man. Know what you're worth. Know what you want out of your life. Even if you gotta sit down and think really hard about it. No one's gonna tell you, and no one should tell you who you are and what you should do. You need to discover that for yourself.
And sometimes it's our parents that are telling us and we have a hard time listening.
It is. It is hard. It is.
Would your younger self listen to older you?
Morning.
I would hope. You know, I feel like I was a fairly malleable child. I think that if my older self came through, I'd be like, man, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, I think another thing too is you're never too young or too old to seek help and advice in anything. And it doesn't matter where the advice is coming from. You can always get something important out of it.
Yeah, I mean, the younger generation, I get lots of advice from these guys, and I listen, and maybe not necessarily at the time do I push back.
Yeah.
But
anyone does that.
If you're new to a field, it's especially important to take advice.
Oh yeah.
Like as an older individual going into like a more tech world, like, I mean, they struggle.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of,
It's gotta be hard.
It's almost funny to watch.
But it's almost like us too. Heck, kids now are even more into the tech than we are.
Yeah.
yeah, I thought I was going to have to carry one of them big recorders around when they first said the
I'd pay
idea.
to see it.
I'm like, I can't carry that much weight, guys.
Why we got so much camera shake?
I can't run backward in front of you and film you.
I'm only so good. But yeah, you know, me and my wife, we go to a counselor, couples counseling, but you know, whenever someone says they go to counseling, you think, oh, what's wrong?
Right.
Yeah.
That's not how we view it. You know, we're two healthy people in a great relationship. Therapy is just that extra push to help make myself a better person, make her a better person, and in turn, it makes our relationship better and makes our family life better.
That's great. It's like preventative maintenance.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very good.
Too many people go to therapy when it's already too late.
Yeah.
They're on the tipping point.
Good morning.
And because,
Hey, we'll keep that in if it's all right. No, I'm just kidding.
dog balls owner. But yeah, too many people, I feel, go to therapy when it's too little too late. You're already halfway checked out of the relationship.
Yeah.
You know, you need to go for yourself.
It's just like working out. It's good to talk about things, especially with that significant other,
Oh yeah,
because they know you
Communication.
best, right?
right. Hey, you need to make clear, because you have clear ground rules so that everybody understands
Yeah.
where you're at.
Hank had a good point in many videos ago about
I mean, every video there's a good point.
every video. Yeah.
Hank's got his nugget of
Hank's
wisdom.
got a good point. But it's like you can't wait. It's like you said, you can't wait till it's too late.
Yep.
You have to be on it and communicate. You can't hold your communication. You've got to talk to your spouse.
Right. And it's not always easy when you've had an argument and you're like, I don't like this person right now.
Right.
It's easy to say, screw off. I'm not doing that. This is done and over. And I think that's the mentality nowadays. It's so easy to give up. You think about divorce rates now.
Yes.
There's so much.
Crazy high.
But who decides it's too late to
Right.
fix something?
Two people. It's
Yeah.
two people.
So
You know, it's never too late if you're both willing to work.
you don't quit on someone if you
Yeah, it definitely starts by the lack of communication, kind of giving up in your own mind, not to even fight the issue with the person,
Right.
and pulling away and just, I'm not gonna fight anymore. I don't want to fight anymore.
Right. You gotta have that fight because that's showing you that you care enough to fight for that person, for yourself.
Yeah. My last little question is, how do you want to be remembered? What's the legacy you want to leave behind for your kids, for your grandkids?
I think the biggest thing, you know, it's great to have accomplishments and achievements. Money's always good, but what matters most is memories.
Yeah.
I want my people in my circle to know I was there and remember me for who I was. You know, that's not necessarily something that you can explain. You know, if you know me you know me well enough. You know, my mom, she always calls me Joy.
Yeah.
And that's just the thing. I want people to have their own snippets of me and remember me. Even if it's in, you know, not the greatest light. If you remember me as a son of a gun, hey.
At least they remembered you.
You remember me, right? I mean,
Yeah.
preferably I'd like people to remember me in a positive note.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And I'm sure they would. He's a very positive person.
I try.
Like every time I talk to him, it seems like he makes me laugh.
Yeah,
And he's always been like that.
I have. Yeah, it's one of my traits.
Yeah.
I bring a lot of joy to people.
Yeah.
But, you know, some people see that as not authentic, which, you know, each their own. I'm true to myself, and that's all I can ask for anybody that knows me.
Oh yeah.
Be true to yourself.
Well, we're glad you joined us today, Nate. That's for sure.
I'm glad you guys had me. I have to come back out again.
Yeah.
Maybe when we go a little slower.
That'll be a walking podcast.
Yeah, walking podcast. The weather was all right enough to walk.
We'll change the podcast. The weather's all right.
Co-host, I got you.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us today, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for
Get
having us.
after it today. See you guys.